All right. Okay. What is going on here? It completely kicked me out. And I think I know what happened, but I know what happened. I'm trying to fix it. I forgot. I don't understand why that's doing that. But anyways, I'm back, guys. I think I ran out of space again on my for some reason YouTube is taking up lots of memory. Yeah. And I have to keep deleting it every so often. I don't know, maybe it's buffering while I'm loading, while I'm on the stream. I think it has to buffer and it needs like way too much memory. So I don't know what's going on, but I cleared up some space and I think I got it back, but I have to go out and clear up more. Yeah. I have to go clear up more space, I think, because I was almost out of memory, and I think when that happens the stream like stops. I don't know. But anyway, I'll go clear up some more. I might have to take some stuff off my phone, some music or something out there. But I think I'm back for now, anyways. Um, but yeah, usually the storylines on the soap operas and the um, wrestling and some of these TV shows are like just outrageous now. I don't know where they come up with them, who the writers are. Some of them go way too far. And they're like coming up with these crazy ideas now. I don't know why. But yeah, back in the old days, man, they used to have crazy things with yeah, the storylines and the that home invasion one was a little bit too much. Even they said that that was over the top. Um thing with the Undertaker, and he did the sacrifice of Stephanie was going to sacrifice her. And also they used to do the buried alive um casket match. They would always bury him alive and they'd come up out of the ground. And what else did they have? Just a lot of crazy stuff that they used to do. I don't understand why they did it, but yeah, so they come up with some wacky stuff, I'll tell you. Like I said, I don't know, maybe if it's the writers or the development team. Oh, it's getting too hot. The writers or the development team or anything like that. I don't know why. There we go. Put that on. I don't know why they do that. I guess they think it's a good idea or people will watch it, get the ratings. There for a while, they came up with these crazy ideas for stuff. It's like, okay, we'll put this out there. And then they abandon the story. They come up with the characters, they come up with the storylines, and it's like, okay, this is not working, so we'll abandon it. I think I ran out of memory. That happens. Sometimes lately, YouTube is like eating up a lot of memory while I'm streaming. I don't know why. Keep having to delete the YouTube application because it's taking up like 20 gig worth of memory on my phone. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a buffering or I don't know. But I found out. Yeah, I keep having like every couple weeks I have to delete the whole application and reload it because it's eating up like 20 gig worth of memory. And it shouldn't do that for an application. I mean, it really shouldn't. And I don't know if it's because, when I upload the stuff, it gets stuck in a buffer or doesn't get cleared out, or I don't know. But I found out whenever I um, run low on memory that sometimes the stream just stops. So that's what happened. Yeah, but what I was saying is that the WWE came up with the weird storylines, like the Undertaker's sacrifice of Stephanie, and the home invasion. Hey, Exploring Ginger's back. And what else was the other ones that were crazy? Like yeah, the bringing up the dead fathers and all that stuff, and um, well, like the whole thing with Triple H when he was marrying Stephanie, she was passed out. He married her at the drive-through, and Undertaker burying people alive, and all that stuff. And then the one with Vince getting blown up in the limo. That was kind of a little bit too much. Yeah, yeah, that was a little bit. That was a little too far. The corpse, and the other one with the dead father and having an affair with the father, and I think it was someone's father caused him to have a heart attack. Um, oh, the one they just had. Hey, Donna Hill. The other one they just had. What was it? Lately, and it was oh, Lana and no, it was Lana and Enzo. When Enzo was like in there with Lana, and they were all in the room, and they were going to get busy, and then he got beat up by Rusev. That was a little bit much. I mean, they've gone overboard on some of these storylines, and don't exactly they don't exactly work out. So then they have to abandon them. I remember the one when Pillman was in there, and then he was supposed to be he was hey, he was like under contract or something to the wife was supposed to be with him for like a month because he lost the match, and then he died, and then they just got rid of that whole storyline altogether. And there were a couple other ones like that they just did not work. And then that whole one with Benoit, when they were supposed to have his thing on there, and they just totally abandoned that one after all that fiasco. So there's been a lot of times when, yeah, they've gone overboard, and some of the ones have just, it's gone way too far. Remember, they used to have Vince was talking about yeah, that was bad. Hey, Fluffy, honey. Um, yeah, and they did the one with oh, what was that other one? Yeah, there's been a lot that they have done that's been overstepping the bounds and all that. Yeah, it was, and then the whole thing when they did their tribute to him before they found out what was wrong, that what had happened, and they had everybody talking about how wonderful he was, and then they found out the whole truth, and then it was like, okay, we're not ever going to talk about him ever again. So yeah, that was bad. I mean, that was not a good thing when they found out about that. Yeah, but the thing is they're not gonna do that because, it was what it was, and they won't do that. They basically are erasing him from history. So they won't show any of his matches. They pulled everything from him. It's like he was never there. And I could understand that, but then at the same time, he was a great wrestler when he was wrestling. Eddie Guerrero, yeah. Well, they still talk about him, but they don't push him as much. That he was a good champion, but he had his battles and all that. And same with like China now. They've kind of wiped China out. They don't talk about her much anymore. I mean, they did the Hall of Fame, but that was it. They're not really talking about her much anymore. Once Vince makes an enemy of somebody, they kind of, yeah. Who, Chris Benoit? Or yeah, Chris Benoit, he killed his family. He killed his family, he killed himself. So that was like it was bad. And that was real life, and they tried to oh yeah, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero had he had drinking problems. Yeah. Eddie Guerrero had a lot of drinking and drugs and all that, and it caught up to him. And so he died, due to the drinking and the drugs and all that. But see, they don't like to talk about that part of it. Whenever people, have drinking and drugs. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes they used to have the one where Vince had the matches, and it was the HLA matches. I don't know if you guys remember those. Back in probably like the late '80s, early '90s, the Attitude Era. Do you guys remember HLA? Ruth Marie might like that one. I don't know. If you guys remember that, HLA. Yeah, they would have the women and would have the evening gown matches and the bra and panties match. Whoever got down first was like the loser. HLA. Do you remember that? Sure, you might know what that stands for. And they always used to have they always had the women on there, and they always losing their tops and everything like that. I don't know. One time it was mud wrestling. That's true. Like I said, the football, they're patting each other on the butts and all that stuff. And yeah, that's the one funny thing that I kind of think is really funny. Okay, so guys that are all macho and stuff, they're watching guys fighting each other for a football. The guys jumping on each other and going on a dog pile, and they say they're supposed to be all macho and all that. I mean, wouldn't you think guys would rather see girls playing football? I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, it'd make more sense. I mean, the guys would probably be like, "Oh man, you got women piling on each other." Wants to see a bunch of guys doing it. Get more exciting over women in a big dog pile, I guess. or have them walk around jumping around the field. They actually had that for a while. I don't think they haven't done it in a long time. The lingerie bowl, they used to actually have that with the women. I think it was like when the Super Bowl was on. It was like, yeah, the lingerie bowl, and they were actually teams, and they were the teams, and the women would be in there half dressed, and they'd actually play football in lingerie. I don't see why that didn't appeal to more guys. I don't know. Same with the XFL. I heard they're bringing that back too. They got brand new teams for it. Oh, you did? You played football? Yeah, but I did hear they're bringing back XFL. No, I know. They had yeah, they actually had some women's. I think they had girls football and oh, it was flag football though. A lot of it, yeah, it was flag and touch touch football. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. It never made sense. I don't know. I was never really into the sports thing. Like I said, I only watched wrestling for the storylines. I don't really care about watching the actual matches. I mean, back in the old days, though, when it was really wrestling, that was kind of interesting because it got real blood, real stuff like that. But now it's all totally faked. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played sports when I was in school. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't like that. In fact, when I was in junior college, and I was going working for my associates. I was working for my AA, and I was going to junior college, and you had to take certain classes, and if you were under 21, you had to take a PE class as part of your curriculum for general education. I watched it maybe a long time ago, like one time, I think. It wasn't very interesting. They didn't really do much. And like I said, I don't care about football, the actual playing of the game. It's kind of boring to me. Yeah, I mean that part's okay, the socializing and all that, but actual watching the playing of the game and watching, the other thing is like if you've ever gone to a live wrestling match, it's different than what you see on TV. So actually going to a wrestling match is boring in person because you don't get the announcers, you don't hear the announcers, you don't hear um, the music or anything like that, or play by play. You're in the audience, and all you hear is the thuds and the ooh and the ah every so often, and that's it. You don't hear all the play by play, the announcers, the zoom in, and all that stuff. You're just out in the crowd. Yeah, it is. It's totally different in person. It's actually really boring. All you hear is just yeah. But see, that's if you're up close. If you're way up in the rafters in the house shows, it's going to be a boring time because you just watch them jump around and thump thump thump, and then that's it. I've been to a couple I went to one or two house shows, and I've been to like 4 pay-per-views. So um, it is different. And the whole time you're sitting there and you just watching the thump, 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 and then that's it. Okay, then you can hear them say, "Ding, ding, ding." The match is over, and then they bring the next people out. But it's really actually kind of dull. There was more action in the crowd when I went. Oh, okay, yeah. The one thing I went to, I remember I was in the audience and I was sitting there, and there's this kid. He was probably about I don't know, probably 13 or 14. He was getting into the match, and he was getting really bad. And even his dad looked at him like he was crazy. He's like yelling in the audience, and he's like, "Rip his arm off, beat him over the head with his own arm." And the dad's looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" He's yelling for him to rip his arm off. And I'm like, dang, what's this kid's problem? I was like, wow. They actually, sometimes they did have scuffles in the crowd for whatever reason, I guess. You get the people drinking and, they get a little bit rowdy in the crowd. But yeah, it's a whole different experience if you go in person. Nothing like, oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I went to the one, and the one they actually threw Flair over the rope, over the railing right in front of me. I had a picture of it, but I don't even know where it is. Lost somewhere. But yeah, I was up close. I was like fifth row. I was fifth row on the floor. And that was back in what, 98, I think. For Super Brawl. I think it was Super Brawl. I want to say it was like 8 or 9. I don't know, whatever one it was. I was in like the fifth row. But the thing was, the camera was behind of me. So they told me I couldn't stand up or I'd block the camera. So everybody that was out in front of the camera had to stay in their seats. Oh, okay, that's a while ago, man. But yeah, I was able to see them up pretty close. They were out in the crowd a little bit and see them. The only trouble was with that, when you're on the floor and you're on your side, you can't see over the ring to the other side. So when they would get thrown out to the ring to the other side, I couldn't see what was going on. Because you're down low at level with the ring, and then you can't see up above. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, Stacy Keebler and Tori Wilson, and then they had the Nitro Girls and all that. I remember those. Been a while. Like I said, it was back in the 90s the last time I went. I think the one I did go to was the last one I went to was like in 2000. It was one of the last Super Brawls that they did. That was really lame too. I think it was Super Brawl 2000 was the last one I went to. Yeah, and it was like that was actually a good show. Yeah, I got to see they had a lot of stuff going on there that time. They had James Brown was there. Um, hey Betty, you're back. Okay. Yeah, James Brown was there. All the other people, and they had a lot of stuff going on that one. That I think they spent a little bit of money to put that one on. They had actually good matches. Some of them not so good, but yeah, it is what it is. But it hadn't been in a long time. I don't think I'd go anymore, man, because it costs way too much now. Oh yeah, I remember that. I saw one of the ones where it was one of the WrestleManias or one of the shows where Undertaker came out and the pyros went off and almost burned him up. So yeah, you gotta watch that. That's why they stopped doing pyro now. It's all like it's just the lights and effects now. They don't do the fireworks hardly anymore. Plus, it was too expensive to do the fireworks and the all that special effects techno. Plus, they would get in trouble from the place wherever they had it, because I guess the shooting fireworks off inside would have problems. Yeah, pyros, man. They got a little bit carried away with that, and I think they made them stop because it would get way too smoky in there. And they used to bring in cars. They don't do that anymore. They bring in a Undertaker used to come in on a motorcycle, or they would bring the cars in. Yeah, I remember that. They used to have a lot of that, or they'd shoot from the ceiling. So yeah, I don't think they let them do that anymore. Fire codes and fire laws. I don't know. Or there's even a couple of them. Yeah. Also, then they had the one was a Ring of Fire match and the barbed wire. They don't do those anymore. You don't want to have no blood. Barbed wire and thumbtacks and all those extreme things. They don't do that anymore. Guess they clean it up and they don't want all that stuff anymore. Yeah. I remember when the God, what were they? The LWO? I think it was LWO. Latino World Order, and they came out on the tractors driving the lawnmower. I remember that one. Yeah, there you go, Betty. Guess if you're into that. And they had the Blue World Order. Blue Meanie. Yeah, or they had all that. Yeah, the barbed wire baseball bat and the jumping off the cage and all that crazy stuff that they used to do. They don't even do that anymore. They've kind of banned them. I can see why. It got a little bit out of hand there for a while. Yeah, now they've kind of way cleaned it up. Occasionally there's a problem and they have like, they get a cut lip or something and then they kind of cover that up, but yeah, they don't do that anymore. Who was what? They've had a lot of stuff over the years. They've had a lot of groups and all the Cactus Jack when he was doing all that crazy stuff. Come out with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Yeah, it was most of the time it was like Cactus Jack or some of these other ones. They had the thumbtack match. I think Cactus Jack was like big time hardcore. That was the hardcore matches that they used to have with thumbtacks and barbed wire and broken glass. They'd spread it all around the ring and they'd get into it. Way back in the old days, they used to have the one guy, what is it, Moondog Maine, I think was one of the ones, and they would eat glass and dog food and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, they used to do that. They don't do that hardly anymore at all because it's like it's too violent, and people could actually really get seriously hurt over that. And they used to do what they called blading, where they would actually cut their own forehead. Yeah, Mick Foley. Mick Foley was Cactus Jack and Dude Love, and yeah, Mick Foley, Dude Love, Cactus Jack. He's a kind of split personality. Mankind, that was the other one. Mankind. But yeah, that guy's messed up, man. He's never gonna be right. But if you see a lot of the old wrestlers, old time wrestlers, they always had scars on their head, like Dusty Rhodes and the Ric Flair. Some of those other ones, like the Iron Sheik, and yeah, there's a lot of them that always had their. You could tell they had scars all on their head from where they'd been doing all that, and they don't do it so much anymore. But all the old time wrestlers, yeah, they used to have it. I think even Hogan has it a little bit, but you can't really tell. Yeah, I was watching something with Ozzy today too, and that guy's crazy, and he's got problems too. So catch some to him eventually. They can't do that stuff crazy stuff that they used to do. I mean, it used to be like just outrageous and out of hand, and they've cleaned it up a lot since. I don't know. Now it's more entertainment and less sports, I guess. Mm-hmm. He used to bite heads off of bats and blow up sheep and all this crazy stuff. I don't get it, man. I was just talking about that today because I used to have. Remember when they had the Osbournes, the show that was on MTV? And it was Ozzy and Sharon and the kids. Sharon, where's my bloody remote control? No. But I actually had one of the seasons on DVD, and they had it where you could have the Aussie translator. Yeah, he didn't, but that's what they said. Yeah, you could never understand what he said, so they had an option that you could turn the Aussie translator on, and so you could put the words up and understand what the heck he was saying. And then they also had the thing where you could bleep out his words or you can leave them in. Because, whenever they would put it on regular TV, they'd bleep all the bad words out. And then they had the option where you could leave the words in or you can bleep them out. So you could have the full Aussie effect. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I heard. He's canceling because, yeah, he's got Parkinson's. And I'm not surprised. I mean, that guy's, he's trashed himself. He did all those drugs and, there for a while back, they thought he was going to die because that ATV fell on him and like broke his hip or something. And yeah, he's just like, I don't know. That guy's messed up, and it's long time. Hey, it's Faith in the Fallen. How you doing tonight? But yeah, that was a long time ago, and I never. I mean, I watched some of the videos, and I know his songs, but I don't know that I was all that much into him. I did watch the Osbournes when he was on. That was kind of crazy. That was back in the time when they had all the reality shows. What was the other one? Gene Simmons had one. Um, the other one that was wacky was the Anna Nicole Smith show. I don't know if you've ever watched that one. That one's weird to watch. They might have that one. Yeah, the Osbournes, and then they had Anna Nicole Smith, Gene Simmons. What was it? Family Jewels, I believe that was it. And then they had one with Christy Alley. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. They probably do. The other one I just started watching. They have it now. If you look on YouTube, there's a thing called Channel 9 is the name of the thing, and it has the old Howard Stern Channel 9 TV show. So if you want to watch the old Channel 9 Howard Stern, where he had all the crazy skits and stuff on there, you could watch that. A little bit crazy. But everybody had a reality show back then. I remember that. I was watching those old ones. Yeah, the Osbournes, and then they had MTV had a lot of those reality shows, and they even had what was the one that I never watched it? It was Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff had one. The Hoffs or something like that. I think I watched like one or two shows, and then they had the Hogan one. Hogan Knows Best. They had that one. Forgot about that one. Yeah, Hogan Knows Best. They had yeah, all those crazy shows on. Some of them lasted for a couple seasons. Some of them didn't last so long. But I mean, they were entertaining. I have to go back and see if I could find one of those here and there. I just remember watching the Ozzy Osbourne, and I was laughing because he was so crazy. She was always yelling at him, and the kids were messed up. That was the funny part. That girl, she was so messed up, and the guy, he was on drugs and rehab. If you want. And then she was always yelling about the dogs. The dogs were always going to the bathroom everywhere, and she had to clean up after them. Hey, Bento. Yes, we're doing okay. Just talking, going over old shows. They used to have the Osbournes and all the old reality TV shows, I guess, what they called them back then. Yeah, they had a bunch of other ones. I used to watch them, but I don't watch them too much anymore. Yeah, they didn't. It's been a while, though. There for a while, that's all they used to have. Everybody had a sitcom or a TV show that they gave them. Some of them took off more than others. Some of them, they weren't that great. It's like, I don't know. don't know too much. I don't think they have hardly any in those anymore. I know, what is it that TLC's got a lot of those now. They're the strange shows too now. Have you seen some of the ones on TLC? All those reality shows and doctor shows and some of those I can't watch them. They're kind of like a little bit too involved. I think the people with the strange addictions, like they eat things like paper and dirt and hair and all that. That's a little too out there for me. I can't get into that. And then they got the other medical shows and um all the different ones. I don't even know. I keep seeing commercials for new ones, and I don't even know what they're about. Remember they used to have the you guys remember Richard Simmons show? They had that on there. That was funny. You don't hear about him anymore. They were worried about him because he was like secluded in his house and no one saw him for like 8 months. They thought he had died, or he thought he was I don't know. I did see that though. But not, I mean, you could binge watch all those things in one night, I guess. Some of those old TV shows. I don't know. Did you guys watch all that stuff back in the old days? I don't know. Did you have like the reality shows, or the um that's all the new ones. I got like Bachelor and um those kind of ones that flop, like what was it? Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? And then they had one was they had a couple of them was like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. They had another one, it was Gilligan's Island. It was kind of like Survivor, but they had the people that were like on Gilligan's Island. That was really strange because they had one that was like a Gilligan. Hey, Critical. How's it going? Well, these were from the past, old reality shows like the Osbournes. What was I was talking about? Ozzy Osbourne. And some of those other ones. Um, yeah, I don't watch them too much. I watch Survivor, and that's about it. But I don't know. But we were talking about all the old shows like wrestling and sitcom ones like Osbournes and Hogan Knows Best and all these other ones that they used to have on. And now all the other ones on these other channels, the medical shows and all that. Kind of some of them are out there. Why? What's on the internet? I don't know. Get into too much trouble. I don't know. Can get into trouble sometimes. Oh yeah, those are good too. I did not look up blue. Huh? Yeah, the cooking, Hell's Kitchen and some of the Chopped and all those other cooking shows. Those are kind of interesting. I was used to be into the big one like next to Food Network Star and Iron Chef. That was funny. The original Iron Chef, where they would dub it from Japanese, and then they'd have the translator, and then the chefs only spoke Japanese, and then they had the people commenting on it. That was a Those were funny watching those old Iron Chef shows and baking shows, and then the cook-offs and the dessert things, where they have to build all the cakes and stuff like that. Those were kind of interesting. Well, and then of course, then there was the diners, drive-ins, and dives, and all the shows on there. Man versus Food. I used to like that one. Show all the different foods and different items, or the challenges. Oh, really? I did. God, I saw something about that. No, but I've seen My Pillow, the My Pillow commercial. Hi, I'm Mike. This is My Pillow. Call in today and you get a deal on mypillow.com. It's machine washable. Mypillow.com. Been a while. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? When it first came on, I always wanted to go to the restaurant that was actually, if there was really actually a Hell's Kitchen. There apparently there is now. There is a restaurant where you can go, and it's actually Hell's Kitchen. I thought that would be kind of cool to go in there and see all that crazy stuff. That's true. You want to have a clean pillow, call housekeeping. Make sure you get a clean pillowcase. You know, they don't even do that anymore. You have to ask for housekeeping to give you like clean sheets and clean pillows now. They won't do it, especially if you're only staying there like one night. They won't do it. And they don't replace the bedspread. They never wash the bedspread. They wash the sheets. And who knows what's going on those bedspreads and the pillows and the mattresses and all that. Gets kind of nasty from what I understand. I don't know. Yeah, now it's getting cold. Change my hat, man. It's getting cold. Put my other hat on, warm hat. Oh yeah, he always was swearing about that. And then he was swearing the one time he couldn't get the remote control to work. Oh yeah, Real World and Road Rules or whatever it was. I don't remember now. Yeah, I think he was. The Surreal Life, that was another one that he had on there. The Surreal Life. They put them all in the one room. No, I don't watch that one. I'm just not into the Miz anymore. Never really was. I don't know. I never followed him. But and now they're doing the whole Van Morrison thing. Um, Stone Cold's had a lot of different shows on now. Nah, I never watched that one either. Stone Cold had a couple one. He had the Stone Cold's Broken Skull Ranch, and then he had his new one now he's got. I can't even remember the name of it, but then he had a couple competitions too. Competition shows. The Rock had some. They had The Rock had a competition show. John Cena had them. Yeah, exactly. Buckwheat husk. What was that other one? They had the one called Dr. Ho's buckwheat husk pillow. Dr. Ho, I have my own patented pillow. That buckwheat husk. Gives you total support when you sleep on it. I actually had the one. Oh. I had the one, it was like a pillow that had you put water in it and it cooled your head. It had like a sponge kind of in there. No, I never watched that one. I saw it. I don't think I watched it maybe one time. And I never watched Hogan. Hey Jennifer, I'm doing pretty good. They had what was the other one? Oh, they had a couple other ones. I was thinking. Wow, a long time. They used to have all those old David Hasselhoff had one. I think I remember that. The Hoffs, Meet the Hoffs or something like that, I think it was called. And then they had the old one, America's Got Talent, and yeah, American Idol, all those competition shows. Remember, oh, here's the one going back. Star Search. Forgot about that one. I saw that. I put a picture up on Honeycomb has it too. Exactly. You guarantee it or your money back. Yeah, I took a picture of it. It was a big show on Honeycomb cereal. And it said, yeah, 3 months of free WWE network. Yeah, I took a picture of it. It was Honeycomb. And it said Big Show's picture was all on the front cover. No, I'm not going to get it. I wouldn't watch it, and I wouldn't renew it. So, yeah, not going to do it. A lot of those actually have a clause where you have to sign up afterwards for a minimum amount of time. It's kind of like the catch that they don't tell you about. So you can get like 3%. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Mr. Fulton. Wow. It's bad. Hey, lovely days. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look into the terms of the offer on that, but a lot of things say you have to sign up for a minimum amount and you get 3 months free. It may be that it's only 3 months free and you can cancel it, but yeah, I don't know. Or they'll say 3 months free with a year contract. Yeah. Oh man, that's the Rick eating soap. I don't know, man. A little too wild for me. I guess they got weird people out there. Well, you know what? I watched tonight. I don't know if you guys follow Everything Spicy. He did a challenge today. I don't know how he did it, but he was crazy. Man, sorry to hear that, man. Huh. No, I couldn't do it. He chugged a dozen eggs raw. I don't know. Could you chug a dozen raw eggs? Yuck. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'll maybe check that out later. I don't know. Some of those ones a little bit cringy. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could handle some of those weird things, but yeah, he chugged 12 eggs. Raw eggs. He had one of those boots that you know, the glass boots that you drink out of. He cracked 12 eggs and chugged the whole thing. So he's a little bit crazy. Well, yeah. He did. He snorted the eggs too. He snorted one the other day. He took one and he snorted it up his nose. That was gross. Watching him, he tried to snort the egg. Raw egg, and it's like gross. But I don't know, some people. Everything Spicy did that. He snorted the egg, and then last night he chugged a dozen raw eggs whole. So yeah, there's some weird people that do crazy challenges, but there's no way I'd. First of all, I probably wouldn't chug a raw egg, and I definitely would not do 12. Yeah, well, Rocky did it too, so you know. But I'm not either of those, so I don't think I could do that. I might would eat scrambled eggs. I don't know if I could eat a dozen scrambled eggs, but maybe I could. I have like a 3-egg omelet, so I might be able to eat a 12 egg omelet, maybe. I don't think I couldn't do the raw ones, that's for sure. It's possible, yeah. I don't know if I could, I don't know what kind of time I'd get. Scrambled would probably be the easiest, because it's just, scrambled eggs. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've actually seen some of the videos where they have the egg vending machines where you go out like in the country and they have the eggs in the little machines and they have the door and you can get fresh eggs. They actually have a thing here that some of these places will deliver um, like farm fresh eggs. They'll deliver them to your home, like by the pallet. Get like a flat of eggs. It's direct from the farm. I think it's like I don't even. It was like $15 for a flat of eggs, and I think it's like what 36 eggs or 48 eggs or something like that. But it's straight from the farm, and they'll deliver it to your home. You just have to put in your order, and they'll ship it to you. But that's if you really like eggs, or if you have a business, I guess. A lot of people like do baking, or if they have a big family, I guess. Hmm. Okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, yeah. You know, I remember there used to be a long time ago. They used to have a thing over here. It was called oh God, what was it? It wasn't Amway, but it was a co-op group. And you used to be able to order like you get like your community and they'd put in an order all at once and then they would get like cake mixes and sugar and baking goods and all that. I guess like the whole neighborhood would put one order together and they'd get all the order and they divvy it up amongst everybody and get it like when it would be like generic stuff too. It'd be like you know chocolate cake and it would just come in a bag with a label that said chocolate cake. It wasn't like a name brand. You still have that, but yeah, we used. I wish they still had that place up here, right down the street from me. They used to have an actual dairy, and when I first was here, like in the early '70s, it was a drive-through dairy. You can just get in your car. It was just down the street from me. You can go get milk, butter, ice cream, uh, eggs, bread, and you just had to pull up and they would come out and give them to you. And they had the dairy, the cows were right out in the pasture, right down the street from me. That was a shame when they sold off the land and they built a supermarket there. So our right where the dairy is or was is now I believe it's Carl's Jr.'s is right there now. Where I go and do my Carl's Jr.'s reviews. Right there where the dairy used to be. It was called Holdener's Dairy, and they actually had milk and butter and cheese and sour cream and all that stuff. They sold it in the stores too, but they actually had the dairy right there. It's kind of different. Yeah, but then they sold the land and they made it into something else. But that was kind of cool. Way back when. Oh yeah, Fabio. I can't believe it's not butter spray. Actually, hang on. Did I bring it tonight? Did I not bring it tonight? I don't know if I did or not. Probably not. Nah, I guess I didn't. Oh well. Oops. No, didn't bring it. Oh well. Yeah. I was gonna put on my Fabio here, but I don't have it tonight. Fast food place from the past. Well, they used to have a couple of places here that they don't have anymore, but there was one place here that I had years ago. It wasn't really fast food. It was kind of like a local place. It was called El Lorito. And it was like a mom and pop little Mexican place. And they had this 5-pound, I weighed it one time. It was a 5-pound super burrito. It had everything on it. And it was like about $5 or $6. And it was like three huge tortillas. It had everything in it. It had beef, guacamole, sour cream, cheese, rice, beans, lettuce, everything. And it literally weighed 5 pounds. And I would get that, and that would be like my lunch for 2 days. It was a while back. Not too much other places that from the past. No, it wasn't blue. It was just a burrito, giant, super deluxe burrito. Kind of like that burrito Zilla that I had that one time, but not that big. But it was soda. I was thinking about that. I was going back to the old sodas. And I used to like the one there for a while. They had a whole bunch all at once. It was like the upside down 7-Up, 7-Up Gold, Pepsi Blue. They were all around the same time. 7-Up Gold, Slice, and Surge. Yes, it was called Upside Down 7-Up. Or DNL, and it was green, like a neon green, kind of like a Mountain Dew thing. It was probably back in the 90s. It was called Upside Down 7-Up, and then the label was printed upside down, and it would be DNL. When you turned it upside down, it said 7-Up. And then they had Pepsi Gold. Well, then they had Crystal Pepsi, and they brought that back. And then they had Slice and Vault was another one. Surge was another one. I'm trying to think. There was a whole bunch. I was just watching this the other day about all the old weird sodas and stuff. There was one called Orbits. That was strange. It wasn't even a soda. It was like a kind of syrupy thing, and they had these little like kind of like tapioca balls, and they were suspended in the liquid, and it looked like a lava lamp. These little fruit bits that were in there, they were suspended. They were weird flavors. And that got pulled. Yeah, I used to have that back in like the 90s, I think, whenever it was out. I tried that. Orbits, Yeah, the Pepsi Blue. Yeah, they had Code Red. Some of the old Mountain Dews that they had. I was looking at what flavors of Mountain Dew they used to have, or they had a limited time, and some of them came back, and some of them went away. They had Supernova, Typhoon. God, just watching this. I was just watching this last night. The different past Mountain Dew flavors that got discontinued. Can't remember all of them, but Livewire, you could still find Livewire, but it's kind of hard. Pitch Black and Pitch Black 2, that was like a grape one. And then they had oh god, Supernova, Typhoon, Sangrita Blast, that was another one. It's kind of like a, and then, well, then they did the Christmas one, the Merry Mashup, and the Holiday Brew. I still have that Liberty Brew they put out for a minute. Yeah, Surge. You can get Surge at Burger King in the fountain. They have that available, but they used to have it in cans. Jolt Cola. That's another one that was kind of weird. They actually stopped making that one again. They brought it back for a minute, like twice the caffeine. So yeah, Jolt Cola, and the first one that I used to like was called Jousta, and it was an energy drink. It was like one of the first energy drinks. It was like had that guarana in it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was a whole bunch of Holiday Spice Pepsi. That was another one. Yeah, Jolt Cola was, and then they had the Cherry Jolt for a minute. I used to have. This was the fun part, and I think Paul will remember this. Maybe not. When I was in high school back in the 80s, we used to have all night Dungeons and Dragons games. We'd go spend the night over someone's house, and we'd run an all night Dungeons and Dragon game, and we'd load up on Jolt and Jolt Cola, Mountain Dew, Cheetos, chips. A lot of times we'd have pizza, and yeah, 7-Up, Pepsi, stuff that would help you stay up all night and play Dungeons and Dragons. One time we had a marathon, and it was like a holiday weekend, and we did like a 3-day game. We slept. We took a break to sleep, and we did the 3-day long game. It was like a marathon. And we ordered pizza, and we had all the chips and everything else like that. Yeah, Jolt, that was some powerful stuff, I'll tell you. Back in there, it was like triple. Yeah, they have that now. They had Game Fuel. They actually have that Mountain Dew Game Fuel. They had it out for like limited edition for the like the Halo games and the other ones like that. It's like a limited edition. But yeah, we used to get that all the time, and then we'd have like candy and chips and soda. Fresca. They had all the Fresca and the Tab. They had a Tab Clear for a while. I heard that. Then they had Pepsi Light. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, what did I see? They were coming out with new flavor. They got a lot of different Mountain Dew blends. They've got a lot of different Pepsi blends. Oh yeah, I got this one. I don't know why. This one's kind of cool. Here it is. Yeah. This is a cool can. I got this now. It's Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry. I like the can. It's a tall can, but it's all black. That's kind of cool. I got that. I'll try that eventually. Then I also got this one. Still got this one. This Coca-Cola energy drink. Had that one. And then I got another one here. Big Red. You know what? Here's one you're gonna laugh at. I don't know if this is any good. I've had it for a while. Let's see, when did it? Okay, this is 2 years out. This is probably no good, but I had this one. They don't even make it anymore. I have Fanta Berry, and it's been opened, so I don't think it's any good anymore. It's probably flat. So it says November 5th of 18. So, yeah, well, hey, you want to find out? Actually, it does. Yeah, this is Fanta Berry. I did it for a review. Yeah, I could, but I will save it. It's still, I don't know. Still got a little carbonation. I've still got my one in the refrigerator. I still got a Crystal Pepsi from 2016. I don't know if I want to do that. I still have a Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, well, I could. I did that a while ago. I did a review on that Crystal Pepsi from 2016. It's out of date, but I still have another one. And I still have the Voodoo, the Mountain Dew Voodoo. Still have one bottle of that in the refrigerator. Wow, that'd be interesting. Salty watermelon. Actually, you know what I did the other day? I did a mix-up where I took Jolly Rancher and I put we have a green apple soda, and I put a Jolly Rancher green apple candy in it, so it was green apple, green apple. I suppose I could do that with this. I could put Fanta Blue and the blueberry if I wanted. Make it blueberry. Yeah, they have the Warritos and all that stuff. But now I got the Manzanita Soul. I just did a review on that. I found a case of that. So it's got green apple. Then they got regular apple soda, and I've been looking for one, the Mellow Yellow. I haven't found that one. It's kind of hard to find. I know it's still available. It's just kind of hard to track it down. Hey, David Clark. But I'm gonna have to try some of these other flavors. I still got all these energy drinks that I've gotta try. I've been going through these ones that I ordered, the case of like 8 different flavors. And I just had the one today. It was called Galaxy Blast. And then they got a new Bang. It's right there. It's called Crisp Apple. Crisp Candy Apple. Bang. It's an energy drink. They've got some weird flavors, a lot of them now. Someone was, I tried his sour gummy worms. Grape bubble gum was one of them. Yeah, got some weird flavors to them now. I mean, I know Japan's got a lot of different ones. Oh, and I just saw Kit Kat is in April. You might like this one, Paul. Kit Kat is coming out in April with a new flavor here in the United States. It's birthday cake Kit Kat. They're actually coming out with a couple new flavors. I haven't found the new ones. One was a lemon crisp Kit Kat, and then there's supposed to be a mint and chocolate, and like banana cream pie, and a couple other ones. But yeah, I saw about birthday cake is coming out. And apparently they have a birthday cake Dr. Pepper. But you have to sign up for a club and you have to get approved of it, and they send it to you on your birthday. So I don't know. It is different. Yeah, they're starting to get different flavors here now. I saw a bunch of different new ones. Oh, thank you. Pickle. Yeah, I don't know. I've actually seen those. I was thinking of doing another one of those weird flavor sodas for if I hit 2,500. I was gonna maybe redo I know I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm thinking like I don't know, either the bacon soda or pickle or some weird flavor. I want to try that. I want to see if I could find the turkey and gravy. Turkey and gravy soda. They actually have that, or did have it. Actually, I tried the other day. I tried the I put one of those Reaper pepper jelly beans in a Sprite, and it made it a little bit spicy. But if I'm gonna do that again, I'm gonna have to let the thing dissolve completely. Put the Reaper pepper in the Sprite to see if it picked up the hot flavor. Didn't really work. I think I'm gonna have to like cut it up and let it dissolve. See if I could drink the Reaper pepper drink. I don't know. That was something. Didn't work real good. I think it just didn't dissolve enough. I don't know. I'll try again another time. Yeah, well, I did that Fiery Five jelly beans. It was like the Reaper, the habanero, the sriracha, the cayenne, and the jalapeno. Those are actually hot jelly beans. When you bite into them, it really tastes like whatever hot sauce it was. And just one little jelly bean packed a lot of punch. So would not recommend doing that. But I had to try it to see if it was hot or not. It was hot. Because they got that Bean Boozled, the nasty jelly beans, like the Dirty Diaper and all that other stuff that they have. But yeah, they came out with a new one, the Fiery Five, the hot jelly bean challenge. It's kind of like the zombie Skittles, where they were just nasty. I had to admit, those were pretty bad. And I tried those Bean Boozled ones when they first came out, and it was called the Harry Potter every flavored bean, before they did that Bean Boozled challenge, and I ate some of those and it was nasty. that was like probably 20 years ago, whenever they first came out with them. And those were bad. I think I ate like sardine and horseradish together, and they were like probably the worst thing I think I've ever had. One right on top of the other. It was like gross. So I don't know. There's only been a few things that I've tried that have been really, really bad. I don't know if you guys have ever tried anything that's been like so bad you couldn't even finish it, or it was just like horrible. I know they got a lot of different items from different countries. I've seen a lot of people try, and they said they're so horrible, and or they're salty, or they're disgusting. What was that one that I've heard of? It's from, what is it, from Scandinavia, I think it is, that lutefisk in the can, that fermented fish. And then people eat that and they said it's all horrible. I don't think I could do that. Some of those other stinky fruits and all that. Stinky tofu and durian. Yeah, I remember Sinistar. I played that when I was little. The little guy that you had to gather the pieces and then make the Sinistar, and he would laugh at you. Oh, ha, ha, ha. I remember that. Man, I know. I grew up in the '80s, so I know all the arcade games from back in the day. Used to play them all the time when they were, stand-up arcade games. Been a while though since I've played them, but I used to play them regular. Space Fury, Asteroids, Pac-Man, Missile Command, Defender, Galaxian, Galaga. Wow. A whole bunch of them now. I could name a whole bunch. Then they had the weird ones that were like kind of strange. Burger Time, Mr. Do, Kangaroo, Mappy, Dig Dug, Pac-Man. What else? Tempest. And then they had all kinds of different pinball games. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Simpsons. Was that oh, then there were all the fighting games, the Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Shinobi, yeah, Zaxxon, Xevious, Battlezone. Wow, I think all the ones. Star Wars, Tron. Oh boy, Robotron. Yeah, there's a whole lot. I could go on. Remember all the ones that I used to play when I was little, and then they had some that were like kind of, and then the racing games, Pole Position, Prepare to Qualify, Spy Hunter. Oh man, what else? Cruising USA. Then they had all the shooting games with the guns and the then they used to have the head-to-head like Grand Prix, where they were actually the ones, and you can sit in the actual car. You go head-to-head with everybody else. Play them at like Chuck E. Cheese, or you play them at one of the arcades. A lot of times you'd have like mini golf or the arcades or something like that. Those were always fun. I haven't been to a mini golf or an actual arcade in a long time. Yeah, maybe I'll go down and check one out. I've got one in my town here. It's called Boomers. They got like miniature golf and they got like an arcade in there. I haven't been there in like forever. I don't even know how much the games are or what kind of games they have or anything like that. Probably haven't been there in at least 30 years. Actually, it was called something else, and then they changed it over to something a different one. It's called Camelot Fun Center, and then they changed it over to something called Boomers. And I think you have to buy tokens and convert everything over. And now I think the games are like, four tokens where before it used to just be a quarter. They kind of changed it now, raised the price on it, and I don't even know how much like a game of miniature golf or they have like go-karts and other stuff like that. Yeah, Brock's candy, it was good, but now I don't even think they do Brock's candy at the store anymore. I mean, they used to have them in the bins and you used to weigh them out, but I think they've kind of done away with that. They might have them in the bags, but I really don't think they do that anymore. They used to have, yeah, loose candy and all that stuff. The stores don't do that anymore. Or they used to have like, you could buy peanuts by the pound, the shelled peanuts, also like pinto beans and all that stuff would be in the bins and you'd have to weigh them out because you could buy them loose. But they don't do that anymore. Yes. Like roasted peanuts, boiled peanuts. Some people do, some people don't. I mean, personally, I'm not a sardine fan, but some people like them. Or anchovies, or smoked oysters, or crab. You got the canned stuff out there, the seafood, and I'm not a big fan of them. Or what was the weird things in the jars now? The pickled pig's feet and oh yeah, Gravatar. Remember that? Gravatar. Been a while. Then they got into the weird games that were like the interactive games and Dance Revolution and Guitar Hero and all those other ones. You had to actually interact with the game. Or the race games where the whole car moved. What else did they have? Well, then they did it at home. They had the Wii system, but I don't think they do that anymore. Or that's not the thing anymore. But there for a while it was. Everybody was playing the Wii sports like tennis and bowling, and got away from that though. I remember one time years ago when this first started coming out, they had the virtual reality game, and it was like Doom, but you put goggles on, and it was like a headset, and you could see everything in there. Food Fight, yeah, I remember that. Throwing food at each other. I don't remember that one. There were some strange video games back in the old days. Hey, hippie chick. Okay, no problem. We're just hanging out, chatting a little bit. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Okay, it's only 3:30. All right. What time is it? Make me a cup of tea. Fix me a cup of tea. I'm cold. What time is it? Eddie Murphy. I'm cold, and I don't know what time it is. It's 8:15, Grandma. Oh, okay. I'm cold. We just turned the heat on, Grandma. Good. I'm cold. I'm cold and I don't know what time it is. Yeah, the original Tron. Then they had discs of Tron. I remember when the Tron movie came out. Moon Patrol and Scramble. Scramble, and what was the other one? Moonlander. Choplifter. Is that a game? Choplifter. To rescue the people, you had to get the helicopter in there. Defender and Joust, Berserk. It was Defender, and then there was another one like that. It was God, I'll think of it in a minute. I don't know. Yeah, there was Defender. You had the aliens. You had to keep them from taking the people. The little car that you went back and forth. Tempest. What else? There were some of the off-brand ones too, like Strange, Stunt Cycle, Warlords, Breakout, Battle Zone, Root Beer Tapper. That was kind of a weird one. Oh, Quicks. That one was kind of cool. The little stick, and you had to capture all the thing and draw section off. They had that on the Game Boy later. Can't remember that. And yeah, the Tron Light Cycle game. What else? Well, I'll think of them. Been a while since I've had Asteroids. Yeah, it's been a long time. They have sometimes they still have an arcade that's got the old games like Pac-Man, Miss Donkey Kong, Mrs. Pac-Man. All the old fun games, but I used to be good at some of them not so good. What was it 1942? It was like a tank game. Whole bunch of different ones. It's been a while though since I used to watch that. Used to play those games. I did play them, but I didn't play that often. They used to have it. They had an arcade that you could pay so much and you could be like there all day, like $5, and you got to play for like the afternoon. Unlimited play. You paid like, I believe it was like $5. Castlevania, Wolfenstein, yeah. Castlevania, Wolfenstein. What's the other ones? Yeah, so many of them. Having flashbacks now. I'll think of them in a minute. Been a while. I don't even remember the last one I played. Oh, they had the Dragon's Lair. It was a Laserdisc game. That was kind of cool because it was state of the art. Um, what else did they have? I did some of them. I know the one group, this was weird. Years ago, there was this one group and they were into those the war games that were like the board games. It wasn't just like Risk, it was the um they were like um army games and stuff. They had like the little tiles with like airplanes and all that. That was like Third Reich or something like that. You had the maps and you had to move your troops in and airplanes and all that. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I know they were actually board games, and then they had little tiles with the troops on them, and they would attack each other. It was kind of like Risk, but a little different. I remember that. I used to play some of the older games, like the board games, like like Parcheesi, Chutes and Ladders. Yeah, I know these one group used to play those, and they had all kinds of different ones, and they always had them like saved the progress, and then they'd like go back every week and play those. And I used to play card games when I was little. Mousetrap, Chutes and Ladders, Hi Ho Cherry-O. All the other games we used to play when we were little kids. You'd go over to your friend's house and they usually had a closet and then they had a bunch of different games. And what do you want to play? Monopoly. Oh yeah. Good luck to everybody on that one. If you guys haven't gone, go over to Paul's channel and watch his one video from a couple days ago, and enter his giveaway. He's gonna have it tomorrow, I guess, live. And actually, I want to say, where is it? I wish I had it. I used to have cool dice. I had all kinds of different dice for Dungeons and Dragons, and I just bought a new set. Well, it's going to be his time. I don't know what. Okay. Yeah, Japan time. Yeah. Let's just hope you don't have to eat too much of that egg sushi. But I used to have some really cool dice. One of them were color changing dice. Okay. Hang on for 2 seconds. I think I might know where some of them are. I'll be right back. And I couldn't find them. I'll look for them. I'll put a picture up. I have a set of dice that I got, and they're like every one 30-sided. Some of them were like, okay, so almost a day. So yeah, it'll be way early. I'll probably be up. But hang on a second, guys. Actually, I have to make another stop. I'm back, guys. Sorry. Yeah, but when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, I used to have like all kinds of cool dice, and one did a color change. I had some like giant-sided ones, and some one that glowed in the dark. Yeah, the whole lot of different ones. Whenever I'd go somewhere like shopping, and I would go to like a mall, I'd always buy like a set of dice. I had a whole big bag of them. But I recently just bought some new ones because the other ones got lost. But it was all the different sided dices, and there was one. God, it was a weird one. It was like 16-sided dice. I mean, I know the normal ones, the 4-sided, the 6-sided, the 8, 12. Yeah, that's where I think I got mine from eBay. But these ones were back from like the 80s. I used to get them. And I remember the old ones, the 20-sided dice, they didn't have the actual numbers on them. They just had the 0 to 9. And then you had to paint half of them a different color. Because like the 20-sided dice now has, say, 1 to 20. But in the old days, they didn't have that, or they had a +1. And then that was the 10. Because you'd also use that for percentile dice too, which was kind of strange. And then I like the ones that had the real sharp edges, not the ones that had like the rounded edges. Those were a little more accurate. They gave you a better roll. Because I was like hardcore to Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger. And yeah, I've still got the modules and all that. I don't know. I don't have Instagram on my TV or on my computer, so I don't know. Maybe it should. But yeah, they had the ones that have real sharp edges and defined edges. And then they had the ones that are like rounded, and then they have metal dice, and um, yeah. Then they had the one that was 100-sided. It was weird. It looked like a big ping pong ball kind of thing, and it was had like a weight in the middle. And they even had an electronic dice like wand thing. Hey, everything's spicy. How's it going? And it was like a number generator thing. It had a light, and then you would just pick a random number. But I still have the books out in the garage. I've got a box full of all the old modules. And okay, Outlaws, thanks for coming in. And yeah, I was just talking about you, Spicy. Good job on those eggs. You already had your breakfast. Yeah, you already had your breakfast, so you don't have to worry about getting that today. Dozen eggs raw. Yeah. You're crazy, man. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't even eat one. Wouldn't even do one raw. Sorry, I'm just not a raw egg person, but hey, you know. Guess some people do. They put it in ramen, they put it in soup and all that. I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess if you do it enough, you kind of become immune to it. I've been getting a little bit immune to the super spicy stuff lately. Actually, the other day I made a dish with it was uh, I can't think fried cabbage and kielbasa, and you put like a can of Rotel tomatoes in there, and I added that ghost pepper salsa in there to the whole dish, and it wasn't that bad. It was not that spicy when you spread it out like on a big dish like that. The Mrs. Renfro's Reaper pepper salsa. That's actually not too bad. If you just you know, put it in a dish, or if you, as long as you don't take like a whole big scoop of it, it's not bad. So actually, I'm getting used to that. I'm getting used to the super hot stuff a little bit. You know, I tried that the Bean Boozled challenge. I tried that. Still have it. Hey, Crazy NC, I still have the Bean Boozled, the Fiery 5. I still have these. Well, at least most of them, anyways. I might have to try some more later. And I actually put one in a Sprite the other day, but I didn't wait for it to dissolve. I think if I do that again, I will actually like chop it up and then put it in the soda. And let it dissolve in there and get all the full effects of it. They're pretty hot, I gotta admit. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what I did with it. I have a little small bag that I had some dice. I was actually looking at I was looking on them again, and I like the color schemes on some of them. You know, they're like swirled, like purple swirls and neon colors and all that. I might send away for some more. I used to collect them. I had a whole big bag full, and it was like all different colors. And then I rated all the 6-sided dice from like you know, Yahtzee and Kismet games, if you ever used to play that. You know, the cup, the dice in the cup, Yahtzee and Kismet and all these other dice games used to play. I think they used to do that other one. You do them in the bars. It was Liar's Dice or Liar's. Was it Liar's Poker? You'd roll them out and then you'd lie about whatever dice you had under the cup. Kind of remember that. That's the stuff you did like in the bar. Yeah, I remember that. I remember all those old ones. And then they used to have yeah, all kinds of different dice games you used to be able to play. And they had some of those like Magic and all the card. I remember the card games too. You used to be able to play like Pokemon and some of those other ones. And the little, how was it, Beyblade? I think that was one. The little spinner tops and all that. Fight amongst those. And Pogs. That was another thing that was popular when I was little. The Pogs. Everybody collected Pogs. Came along with some of them, like they came with like action figures had a Pog in them. Oh. Okay, well. It's been a while. But I still have a lot of those yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons. I got the books, I've got some modules, I've got monster manuals. I used to have a lot more figures that I painted. I still have it, I think, somewhere. I've got that mat. It's like a vinyl mat that's got like a grid on it, and you can like use the dry erase and you can draw out on your map, and then you just erase it. That was always good to draw out your adventures and play all that. And yeah, I used to make up my own games when I was little. I was like I ran a game. I was dungeon master, and I used to. Sometimes I got real elaborate with them. Yeah, I'd make out the map, and then I'd go to the photocopier and I'd put like the kind of parchment kind of paper, and I'd print the map out on there, and then I'd like take a lighter and I'd burn the edges, make it look like an old authentic map. And then you kind of wrinkle it up a little bit. And that was kind of cool. And I had the box set too. It was Greyhawk, and it had the map and it had the city and all that. All elaborate, all drawn out. We used to play we used to play those games all the time. And for summertime, man, we'd have like a floating game where we'd go over to different people's houses, and we'd have like a weekly game during the summertime. Oh yeah, that was the yeah, I was in the one in the red shirt. That was from my yeah, when I went to college, I was in DeVry. That was back in like 91. And I was working security there. I had a job working night and weekends, and I was security. And I met a group over there, and we had it was Sunday night game. It's a Sunday night Dungeons and Dragons game, and it was like about 15 people. And I did it for like about a year and a half. Every Sunday night we'd have a regular game over the one person's house, and we had like they had like a whole, like it was a basement. They had this big, huge table, and everybody would play, and they had like a whole area all mapped out, the dungeon. And then they had these real elaborate like lead figures and stuff. And they used to come in there, and they'd actually dress up for the game. And like one guy was like playing two characters, and he put a hat on if he was one, and he was put a different hat on for another one. But yeah, that was my graduation picture from college that I put up there back in '91. And that was actually true because back in '91 it was kind of the recession, and they weren't really hiring people. It's kind of like a hiring freeze. So that was the joke we said would, work for food. And kind of worked out to be true, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that was actually in Phoenix when I was over there. I was in Phoenix from '88 to '91 while I went to school. So that was different. Like I said, if I had it to do over again, I don't think I would have picked Phoenix to go to. It was not the best place to be. It was too hot, and I didn't really like the town. But it might be different now. But once I graduated, man, I left. I came back to California. Didn't look back. I've never been back to Phoenix since. Not a real fun time over there. When you're going to school and you're on like a shoestring budget. And I told the story about one time I was there and I was like real, starving student. And I was out of stuff to make, so I took top ramen and I added ketchup and I tried to make spaghetti. Didn't work real good. But yeah, I lived in Phoenix from '88 to '91. And I knew it pretty good because we went to school and we went year round. So I was there for about 3.5 years. So I knew it pretty good. I bet it's changed a lot. If I went back there, I wouldn't probably recognize any of that stuff that's there anymore. But when I was there, I worked at Whataburger for a minute. So I got to try their Whataburger, and I worked security and went to school full time. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Now they got one in LA, so I would actually, I think they even have one around here somewhere. I think they had a campus somewhere. And they also have these other ones now. University of Phoenix. It's kind of like a trade school. I know there for a while they were having like all kinds of different trade schools, and then they ended up all closing. The big scandal. They were like the technical schools. Hey, Angela. And they went bankrupt, and all the people that were in the program didn't get to finish their education, and they didn't get their degree, and they'd already taken out the student loans and owed money on the loans, and they didn't get to complete their program. So they're kind of screwed on that. And most places wouldn't transfer the credits. So if you were like in the middle of your program, you were basically out, and then you owed the money to the loan people. So that was kind of messed up. Yeah, it was like Healed College, and there were a couple other ones that went under. Yeah, it was kind of like that. There were a lot of them. It was like around for a long time, and all these people were in the middle of their program, and the company went bankrupt. So whoever was there, lost everything. And if they weren't graduated, or they were close to graduating, they didn't get to finish. And then, the loan companies don't care. You owe the money, you got to pay it back. So then there was like some places that they tried to transfer over to them and finish it out. But I don't know what happened with that. That was a couple years back. I just remember they used to have the real annoying commercials on there. What are you waiting for? Call us on the phone right now. Get on the phone. Get off your lazy butt and call us on the phone right now. Call us. Call us today. Get in the program. Call us up right now. What are you waiting for? It's like, shut up. Kind of like that other one, the was for head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to your forehead. Relief of pain. Head on. Apply directly to your forehead. Shut up. All the late night infomercials that they used to have on. Those were funny. The Ginsu knives. Can you chop a board in half? Yeah, clap on, clap off. Ginsu knives, clapper. What was that? Mr. Microphone. Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later. Hey, hippie chick. Yeah, Mr. Microphone. What? Set it and forget it. Ronco rotisserie grill. Chia Pet. Chia. The best one was the hair in a can. GLH. Just spray it on. Just like real hair. And then the non-stick pans and the knives and the, oh God, all the different blenders and choppers. Miracle Chopper, whatever, Chop-O-Matic, and the Ninja, all those old ones. So they still have them on occasionally. I've seen them. Or the other ones I love was the late night adult entertainment lines. Slap Chop, yeah. Call us at 1-800-VIXEN. We're waiting for you. Call us today. Oh yeah. Sit and spin. Oh yeah, what was it? It was like a keychain thing. I can't even remember what the name of it was, but yeah, Slap Chop and blender. I remember the Ronco had a whole lot of things. Vedramatic, Ginsu. Oh yeah, I remember those. And then they used to have they were the local papers, and it was like the personal ads that you could put in there for free personal ads. And those were kind of scary. Some of them were funny when you'd read them. It's like single white female seeks single white male. And then they'd have the men seeking men, women seeking men, men seeking men. Break the ice. Yeah, I remember that game. But yeah, all those old late night infomercials, and the miracle thing, and then like the stain removers and the ShamWow. ShamWow. Get yours today. ShamWow. Showtime rotisserie grill. Yeah, they had all kinds of, all the stain removers, the Miracle Blade, the cookware. Wow. Yeah, Slap Chop. Shake Weight. That one was bad. Shake Weight. That looked like kind of bad. The what was the other? Oh yeah, it was the Thigh Master. They had the Thigh Master and the Butt Master. I remember those. Get your Thigh Master today. Yeah. Thigh Master Shake Weight. Then they actually had the one I was talking about this the other night. They had the late night ones, and they were like the adult ones where it was like the miracle enhancement drug that makes you extends or whatever. And they had Ron Jeremy was the spokesperson for this one. Enhances your love life. And Ron Jeremy was the spokesperson. If he's promoting it, then you know it's got to work, right? Shake weight and oh god, there are so many of them. Can't even think of them now. There was the one, a twist thing, and you sat on it and you twisted around. Oh, the exercise by the gazelle, the Tony Little's gazelle. He's on that one. Hey, look, I'm doing it right now. Richard Simmons deal a meal. Call us today, right now. Lose weight now. All the diet drinks and the diet machine exercisers and what was the one Chuck Norris did? The home gym, I think it was. I don't remember the name of it. It was the workout one. Christy Brinkley and him were promoting it. It was like the workout Bowflex. I think that was it, Bowflex. Yeah, get the Bowflex right now. Oh man. Yeah, every once in a while I tune into the late night commercials and see what they have. You'll be surprised. Some of them are funny. I don't know that any of that stuff ever works. I've never really bought any of those products that they've offered. The Abdominizer. Yeah, the gazelle. Tony Little, and he's all, look, I'm on the gazelle right now. You gotta buy it. It's ultimate workout. You can do it. There's so many things out there that you just can't believe everything that they promote. What was that? One guy, the one with it wasn't acupuncture, but it was like the belt that had the electronic impulse one. It was like, hi, I'm Dr. Ho. Get my product. It'll help you lose weight. It's like the electrical stimulant to your muscles and helps you get a workout. I can't remember what it was called, but Dr. Ho. Yeah, the My Pillow, all kinds of different ones out there. MyPillow.com. Ginsu. That was the one that started it all. And then they had the blenders, usually exercise equipment, blenders. What's the new ones I've been seeing? The Air Dragon that's supposed to help you pump up your car tires. What's that other one? The Miracle, the Vision, the Eagle Eyes, the non-glare sunglasses that help you You know, so most of them was like as seen on TV. What was the egg popper? And it peels your eggs right away. And the other one was the Ron Popeil inside the shell egg blender. And then they had the smokeless ashtray and the record vacuum. You put the record on there and it would vacuum all the dust off of it. Yeah. And then the express grills and the George Foreman. Oh yeah, I remember that. George Foreman grill, the red copper express cooker, and the Ninja Foodie, and what was the coffee maker, the Nespresso and Keurig and all those weird coffee things, and the Vitamix and the what's that other one? Copper Chef. They had all the cookware too, the stainless, the non-stick pans, and the silver stone, and God, what else? All the different ones. They used to have one show on, it was on the weekends, it was called Incredible Inventions. And then they had like the car polish that you could pour acid on the car, you could set it on fire and still would buff out. Yeah, the red-haired lady, Kathy, I think as her name was. I actually saw a thing about that. It was that Copper Chef Express cooker, and they showed someone, I saw it on YouTube, someone put up on there and they were testing it out. And when you clamp that thing down, I guess it was under pressure and it would actually explode. The thing would pop open, I guess under the pressure or whatever. It would expand, it like blew up. Some of those as seen on TVs just don't work right. That one that would look gross was called the Rolly. It was like a little tube that you cracked eggs into, and it made like a rolled scrambled egg tube, and it would kind of ooze out of there like a snake or something when it was cooked. It just didn't look right. You know, you got this this tube oozing out of the thing in there when it was done. It's like, ooh, that's gross. Yeah, the non-stick, the knives, the oven, the rotisserie oven, set it and forget it. Showtime rotisserie grill, set it and forget it. And there was one time I watched it. It was some kind of cookware that was like some miracle cookware, and it's like so. There's a pressure cooker thing, and it was like so good you can cut the meat with a index card. And then they get the people on there. So you're telling me I can cut this meat with an index card? No way! I don't believe that. Yes, you can. You can do it. Here, watch. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't think you could do that. Yes, you can. And wait, there's more. If you act now. Oh, yeah. Remember that? I've fallen and I can't get up. The one that I liked was, they had the same thing. It was Life Alert, but it was the thing they were promoting for the alarm system. And it was like, they monitor your house and inside, and it was like, do burglars break into your house? And then they get the burglars were in the house, and all of a sudden they got on the loudspeaker, I guess, and it's like, attention, you have been detected. The police are on the way. Leave now. The crook leaves. Yeah, I know if I'm in the house and all of a sudden I hear a voice coming out of the ceiling saying, "Leave now, you've been detected," I'm getting out of there. That was actually a commercial. Apparently they didn't have like a video monitor, but they were able to detect. I guess there was a speaker that they could say something in there. I don't know. But it was just funny the way the guy says it. You have been detected. Leave now. Yeah. He's like, oh, we better get out of here. Yeah, all those are just too funny. Those yeah, falling and I can't get up. I'm having chest pains. Or was all these other ones, the that stair lift thing, the chair that takes you up the stairs. If you can't walk up the stairs, that chair will take you up. Wow. Oh my God, I saw the one. This one was like the most stupid inventions for the home, and one of them, this was a legit thing, and who would do this? Maybe they have them in Texas. It was this thing that you for your bedroom, and it was like that. This one was the most useless product. It was for your bedroom, and it was like this kind of plastic thing, and you put like these little arms underneath your mattress, in between the mattress, and it had like a little hook, and it was a gun rack that you could put your gun on the side of your bed. So for when you're in bed and you need that gun right at your side, is a gun rack for your bed. So, hey, you might need it. It's a sliding gun rack for the side of your bed. So it'll be right there. Talk about crazy. I don't know. Do you sleep with your rifle at your side? Well, if you do, you need a gun rack for your bed. Oh, it's too much. But people buy it. Yeah, that was crazy. I've seen it. It was like one of the most useless items that are there. Yeah, never know when you're gonna need a gun if you get up in the morning and take your gun and go out to the back 40, I guess. Oh God, gun rack for your bed. I don't know, man. They come up with some weird items, and people actually buy them. I can't remember some of the other ones. Some of them were like really, really bad. Just like totally useless. Oh, I know the other one I saw that was on there. It's actually a product. I don't think it's out anymore. It was this I know you've seen the pillows for like people that sleep on their side to keep their legs separated. It's like a little wedge pillow. And if you put it in between your knees so you don't so you have support on your knees, I guess, when you sleep on your side. Well, they had the same thing, but it was for busty women, and it was a little pillow that you put in between your cleavage, so when you sleep on your side, it supports your boobs on the side. I don't know. You never know when you need that. All those busty women out there. I forget. It's called the Lush or something like that. I saw that on there. So, But if you're not busty, you don't have to worry about it, I guess. I don't know. It was funny. I actually saw it on Amazon or something out there. There was still one around. I don't think it sold very many and they discontinued it. And you could find some of these weird items occasionally. Why they wanted them, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of those products out there are just too weird. A lot of them are on Wish right now. If you go on wish.com, they got all kinds of weird items out there. Completely strange. Some of them are still on Amazon, I've seen. I don't know. Why you'd want them, I don't know. But some people, they have a need for them. But, yeah. Not like it used to be, though. All the time, they always had the products. Always in the back of magazines, too. They don't have much anymore in the magazines. They don't advertise as much. Kind of the useless items. So, yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't know that I've seen some of them. I'm trying to think what the weirdest item that I ever bought. And I think it was a I think I bought one. It was like a spiral slicer and I never used it. It was like a corkscrew thing and it had a little blade and you put it like in a potato and you swirl it around and it made like spiral potatoes. I never used it. Or the orange juice thing where it's like a little spout and you screw it into the orange and then it juices the orange or lemon. I have it here somewhere. It is the same thing, but it's a little thing that you put into the lemon, and it's got like a little corkscrew, and it's a pump spray. And you put that in there, and it, I guess, gets the juice out, and then you got the little spray, and you leave it in the lemon. So you could spray lemon juice with it. I actually still have it. So yeah, just screw it into the lemon, and then you've got a lemon juice spray. You don't have to juice it or whatever. It stays in the lemon. I mean, there are some things that are completely useless, and maybe you'll use them one time, and after that. And I actually do have those egglets. They're called the egglets. They're the little plastic things, and you crack an egg and you put it in these little things with the lid, and then you boil them, and then you make hard-boiled eggs without the shell. So those of you that don't want to crack your eggs while they boil, you put them in these little egglet things. I got those at the Dollar Tree. They were on sale. Now I do have them. As seen on, they actually have at the mall, they've got the As Seen on TV store. They got all the different items that are out there. Some of the new ones, some of the old ones. Some of them have been discontinued. The Snuggie. Yeah. I figured out. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, actually, I tried them one time. Here, I'll show you. I got them right over here. Hang on. actually have them right here. It's just one of them, but these are they're called egglets. Egglets. What they are is take the top off, and this is like a silicone, and you spray a little bit of oil in there, you crack the egg, and you put the lid on it, and then you boil it in the water. And then it comes out boiled egg without the shell. So yeah, then you put the thing on there, and then you put it in the water, and you boil it in here. And then you have a hard-boiled egg. They come out kind of weird because it doesn't really make it round. Because what happens is it rounds on the bottom, but then this part's flat. So I mean, if you want to try them, you can. I found them at, like I said, it was at the Dollar Tree. It was 4 for $1. And if you go to the As Seen on TV or like on the websites, they're like $15. And here's that other thing I was telling you about. This is a juicer, okay? You put the lemon, you get the lemon, and you put this little gadget into it, and it's like a little corkscrew. You put it directly into the lemon, and then it's got a little spray thing. And then you spray the lemon juice. And this goes in there, and then I guess it's got like a little strainer thing. And then they have this, it's a little thing that you put the lemon in. And when you put this on it, it's your lemon juice dispenser. But yeah, these are kind of weird, and they kind of come out strange because they get like bubbles in the eggs, and they're kind of they're not really rubbery, but they're got a strange texture when you cook them in there. So I don't know. One of the many TV items that you can find. I don't know how good they are. But yeah, they got all kinds of strange gadgets like that. And like I said, I've tried a few, and that's about as much as I've done. Some of those other ones, I don't want to pay the big money that they charge for the cookers and the blenders and the gadgets and the grills and all that thing. Some of them are kind of expensive, a couple $100. But yeah, they apparently they give you money back guarantee. But like I said, for $1 for these things, it was worth giving them a try. Even if I don't even use them, it's $1, no biggie. And I think that's what this thing cost too. This little juicer was $1. Yeah, every once in a while. They get some that work good, some that don't work good. I've seen a lot of people try them on YouTube. They've got channels where the people try the items, or they try the gadgets. I know that guy Crazy Russian Hacker, he does that. He always tries out the gadgets and stuff like cake slicers and watermelon slicers and camping equipment and all kinds of hedge trimmers and all that. Kind of popular, trying all that stuff. I mean, some of them are a little bit weird. I don't know, you have to take it like camping and stuff. But yeah, he's always trying all kinds of weird things, like the dog dish, the dog fountain dish, and another one was like a different chainsaws and all that stuff. It's kind of cool to see that if they work or if they have a lot of trouble using them, especially before you're going to buy them. But yeah, I'm not that into trying. Yeah, he is kind of crazy, and he's kind of cool. He does a lot of different things, and he's kind of inventive. I've seen him do things, and he showed like one time I saw he showed how to open up a can of tuna fish without a can opener. Yeah, he does kind of wing it. He doesn't, he just goes and tries it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I like how he's safety is #1 priority. Puts on his glasses, even if he's trying something that doesn't require it. I've seen it did a collab with Eric a couple times, and yeah, he's a cool dude. Oh, he took the tuna and he just he rubbed the rim like on the sidewalk until it I guess it kind of broke the seal, and then he just popped it open. Yeah, I guess that's kind of in line with the with Paul over there. Like I said, it's kind of I don't know. Guess we're all gonna go in the same circles, but he's big time. He's like couple million subscribers, so he's a big time YouTuber. Like 10 million or something like that. He's the guy to follow if you want. Yeah, I don't know. I did see the one where he just rubbed it on the concrete, and then eventually I guess it wore down the seal enough to where you could just pop the lid off. Because they got those new can openers, and they don't actually cut the lid. They cut the edge of the lid, and then supposedly it doesn't leave sharp edges, but they're able to go around the side of it. I guess where it connects to the can. But yeah, it's kind of strange that you could do that and stuff. I don't know. So, eventually, what time is it? Yeah, it's almost. I think it's getting close to that time. I'm probably gonna have to wrap this one up. It's getting late. I know it's early for a lot of people, and I know for Paul over there it's later in the evening, but I'm thinking eventually I'm gonna have to wrap up my stuff, and I get a little bit of sleep tonight because I wanna try and be there for the drawing. See what happens with that. Oh yeah, they got them where they cut the side of the can. Like here, it goes around the edge of the can, not the rim of the can. It cuts the edge of it like that. I've seen those. And then it doesn't make it sharp edges. So they got that new stuff. New technology, I guess. Yeah, I usually watch on the weekends. I watch QVC, and it's like the kitchen show where they show all like recipes and all the new gadgets and stuff, and they're always showing the new can openers and tools and all that stuff, cooking pots and all that. I don't buy any of them, but it's kind of cool to see what the new gadgets are, and new cookware, and new I guess a lot of items out there. Some of them are way overpriced. I would never buy them, but at least I know what the new thing is. New trend or new items that they have. So anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh wait. Uh-oh. Doing this all the time. So I think I'm starting to lose my voice too, so I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. And try and catch Paul. Yeah, I'll try to catch you tomorrow live. I should be up then. I'll have to kind of yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna head to bed. And I look forward to the drawing. And also congratulations again, Paul. Getting up there in the numbers. So pretty soon, I'll be 50K. But anyways, thanks guys for hanging out tonight. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. And like I said, have a good weekend if I don't see you between now and then. And yeah, so all right guys, I'm gonna head on out and let you guys go about your days or mornings or whatever time it is. So thanks guys. I'm gonna wrap it up and head to bed. And I'm gonna have to go and clean out some of my memory too, because I think I'm out of space. Oh yeah, okay, Mr. Fulton, sorry about that. I'm just wrapping it up. I'm getting ready to go. So I've been on here for quite a while. So thanks for stopping by, and congratulations on your 1K. Congratulations on Critical Eats on his 20K. And yeah, so thanks guys. I'll catch you tomorrow night, and see you guys later. All right, I'm gonna head to bed. All right, good night everybody.